That's right. No complex data today, just pure story. Our mission is really to explore this tale, about a doctor who ends up preferring animals to people.
Exactly. And it's more than just a kid's story, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. While it's about really listening, I think, listening to the non-human world, we'll look at where he starts and this pretty amazing journey he takes after a very unusual career change.
Okay, let's get into how it all kicks off. Dr. Dolittle, he's clearly a compassionate guy, right? A good people's doctor initially.
Cares about his patients.
But his love for animals. It starts causing problems. His house gets cluttered.
Very cluttered, yeah. And his human patients, well, they start disappearing. His sister, Sarah, she's not happy about it.
No, I bet not. There are those funny examples, like the old lady and the hedgehog.
Right. Sitting on a hedgehog, thinking it's a cushion. Not exactly comforting. And then Squire Jenkins and the parson just stop visiting altogether.
Yeah, it really shows his priorities were shifting dramatically.
It does. It's funny, but it also shows what he values, doesn't it? Animals over, social niceties, maybe.
And this lands him in some serious money trouble.
Big time. It mentions he's down to his last sixpence after Christmas, after the cat's meat man gave him that rather small gift.
Yes. And that money trouble is really the trigger for what comes next.
It is. It's the cat's meat man, funny enough, who suggests it first. Maybe, he should try being an animal doctor instead.
Practical advice from a practical man.
You could say that.
And then, this is where things get really interesting. Polynesia the parrot jumps in.
She does. But she's not just mimicking. She actually seconds the idea. And then...
Well, she reveals she can talk, properly talk, like humans.
Exactly, which is just huge. It validates everything the doctor felt about animals, opens up this whole new reality.
And she starts teaching him, right? Explaining how animals communicate. Like a dog twitching its nose means it's asking something.
These little signals we usually miss completely. It's a whole language.
What's amazing is how quickly the doctor accepts it. No disbelief, just, okay, let's learn this.
Total acceptance. He grabs an old notebook, starts writing it all down. That openness, that curiosity, it's really key to who he is.
And this leads him to just stop treating people completely.
Yep. Full dedication to the animals. And the word spreads. Suddenly, his house is busier than ever, but with feathers and fur.
Animals flocking to him, needing help.
So many that he has to make different doors, like one for horses, one for cows, one for sheep.
And even a tiny mouse tunnel to the cellar.
Right. It just shows the sheer scale of it. He's committed to all creatures.
But even with all these animal patients, the money problems come back.
They do. It's quite sad, really. He has to sell his piano, his best suit.
It shows a real struggle, doesn't it? Success in his field, but still broke by human standards. Maybe animal gratitude doesn't pay the bills.
That's a sharp point. It highlights that clash, maybe.
Yeah.
Between his passion and, human economics. But what's really striking is how the animals react.
Yes. They see he's in trouble.
And they rally around him. They decide to run the house themselves. It's quite something.
Chi-Chi the monkey starts cooking. The dog sweeps the floor with a rag tied to its tail.
Ingenious.
The duck dusts. The owl keeps the books.
The owl keeps the accounts. It's amazing. They're not just patients anymore. They're like a family, a working community.
It suggests this whole other way of organizing things based on helping each other out.
And they even try earning money with a little vegetable and flower stall out front. Shows how resourceful they are, how much they care for him.
Yeah. It sets up this incredible bond he has with them. It's totally reciprocal.
Absolutely. It lays the groundwork beautifully for the bigger adventures to come.
Okay, so moving into the main part of the story. The doctor's world gets a lot bigger now. A call for help comes from far away.
Yeah, very far. Africa. Chi-Chi the monkey gets word from his cousin. There's a terrible sickness spreading among the monkeys there.
And they specifically ask for Dr. Dolittle.
They do. His reputation has clearly traveled, even across oceans.
So the doctor, being who he is, decides he has to go. No question.
None at all. And he gathers his team, a select group of his animal friends.
An amazing crew, really, each with their own skills.
Definitely. You've got Chi-Chi, of course, smart monkey, Polynesia the parrot, very wise, Jip the dog with that incredible nose,
Gab Jab the duck.
Gub Gub the pig.
Always hungry, Gub Gub.
Yeah.
And to the owl, the brains, maybe? Oh, and the crocodile, too. Can't forget the crocodile.
Quite the group. And Polynesia sort of takes charge of the supplies, doesn't she?
She does. She knows about sea voyages, tells them they need pilot bread, canned beef, an anchor.
He thought ships just came with anchors.
Apparently. Shows how much he still has to learn about the human world, maybe. Polynesia knows the practical stuff. She even mentions needing a bell for telling time at sea. Luckily, they managed to borrow a boat, given the money situation.
Yes, that was fortunate. And off they go, guided by a swallow.
A swallow leading the way. With a little lantern at night, the book says. It's quite magical.
It really sets the tone. And as they sail south, things change. Warmer weather, flying fish.
Porpoises. Who actually helped them out. With onions.
Onions, yes. It just reinforces this idea that the Doctor has friends everywhere in the animal kingdom, even ones he hasn't met. They just want to help him.
But then, trouble hits.
Yeah.
A huge storm.
A really bad one. The ship gets wrecked right near the coast of Africa.
But thankfully, Polynesia had insisted on bringing that rope.
That rope saves them, gets them all to shore safely. Practical Polynesia strikes again.
And then there's the little white mouse they find hiding in his hat. Even in a shipwreck.
Always something unexpected with the Doctor.
So they make it to Africa, but they immediately run into a problem. The local king.
The king of the Jolliginki, yes. And he is not happy to see a white man.
Because of a bad experience before, right?
Yeah.
Someone looking for gold and ivory.
Exactly. So he's prejudiced against all white men now. Understandable, maybe, but bad news for the Doctor.
He won't let them pass.
Worse, he throws them all in prison. The Doctor and all his animals.
Wow. Okay, so things look pretty bleak.
They do. But then, Polynesia.
Ah, the clever parrot. What does she do?
She manages to slip out, and she plays this brilliant trick on the king. She hides and pretends to be the Doctor, but invisible.
Invisible Dr. Dolittle.
Yeah. Threatens the king, says she'll make him and his people sick if they aren't released. Uses her ability to talk human language perfectly.
That's genius. Did it work?
It did. The king totally falls for it, gets scared, and lets them go.
Sure. But does he figure it out?
Oh, yes. Pretty quickly. And then he sends his whole army after them.
Oh, no. So they're on the run again.
They are. But now Chi-Chi takes the lead. He knows the jungle paths better than the king's men. He leads them to a safe hiding place.
Good old Chi-Chi. So the journey continues towards the monkeys. Must have been tough going.
Very tough. Especially for Gub Gub the pig, apparently. Always tired.
Needs coconut milk to keep going.
Seems so. But Chi-Chi keeps their spirits up, telling jungle stories. Tales from long ago, before cooking even, about giant creatures.
Wow. Animal history.
Exactly, a whole different perspective.
And finally they make it. The land of the monkeys.
Yes. And the monkeys are overjoyed to see them. Huge welcome.
But the king's army is still after them, aren't they?
Still hot on their trail, which leads to one of the most amazing parts of the story.
The Bridge of Apes.
The Bridge of Apes. Thousands of monkeys linking arms and legs across this huge river so the Doctor and his crew can escape into the monkey kingdom.
What an image. Just incredible cooperation, trust.
It really is. A massive display of unity, all for the Doctor.
So once they're safe in the land of the monkeys, the Doctor sees how bad the sickness really is.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. Thousands are sick, all different kinds of monkeys.
So he gets straight to work, isolating the sick.
Vaccinating the healthy. He sets up like makeshift hospitals, a little grass hut for the vaccinations, a bigger one with beds for the really ill ones.
He needs help though, right? It's too big a job for just him and his small team.
Definitely. But getting help is tricky. He asks the leader of the lions first.
And the lion says,
He says no. Too proud. Says nursing monkeys is beneath him.
oh dear.
Yeah.
What about other animals? Leopards, antelopes.
Same story, they all refuse. Seems there's a bit of a pecking order, even in the jungle.
Interesting. So how does he get the help he needs?
Well, karma, maybe? The leader of the lions goes home.
And finds his own cub is sick.
Exactly. And his wife, the lioness, she gives him a piece of her mind, tells him off for being so proud, and orders him to go help the Doctor. Now.
Huh. Good for her.
Thanks.
So the lion changes his tune.
He does. He comes back, humbled, and offers to help. And seeing the lion helping the other animals, the leopards, the antelopes, they join in too.
Wow. So they all pitch in together.
A real team effort. And with everyone helping, the monkeys start to get better. The sickness is beaten.
That's fantastic. The
Okay.
monkeys must have been incredibly grateful.
Totally. But they get sad when they hear the Doctor has to leave, go back to Puddleby because he owes money.
Ah, the money problem again. How do the monkeys react to the idea of money?
They're just baffled. They don't get it at all. Why do you need special tokens to get things you need? It makes you think, doesn't it, about our system?
It really does. What do they value? What do we value? So what do they do?
Well, they want to give him a gift, something really special, something that will help him with this strange money problem.
And Chi-Chi has an idea.
He does. He suggests a push-me-pull-you.
A what now?
A push-me-pull-you, a creature no white man has ever seen, very shy, very rare, has 2 heads.
2 heads. Seriously.
One at each end, no tail. Apparently it's related to gazelles and chamois and unicorns?
Unicorns. Okay, this is definitely rare. Is it hard to find?
Very. The monkeys have to organize a huge hunt, surround it carefully, and persuade it.
Persuade it.
Yeah. They have to convince it to go with the doctor. Explain it's to help him earn money so he can pay his debts. The push-me-pull-you only agrees after checking the doctor is kind, and with a promise it can come back if it doesn't like the land of the white men.
That's quite considerate, so it agrees to go.
Reluctantly, yes. It's quite a character. Eats with one mouth while talking with the other. Very polite, apparently.
Incredible. So before he leaves, there's a big send-off.
A huge farewell party. The monkeys are all there, the doctor gives them some advice, and the grand gorilla puts up a stone marker, to remember where the doctor ate with them. A really touching moment. It really shows the impact he had. A lasting connection.
So the journey back begins, but they have to go through the land of the Jolliginki again.
Yes, and they try to be careful, but they get lost.
Oh.
And captured. Again.
Oh no, not again. Did Polynesia get caught this time?
No, she was hiding in a tree. Quick thinker. And she sees Prince Bumpo.
The king's son.
Right. He's in the garden reading fairy tales and feeling sad because he's a black prince and wants to be white, like in the stories.
And Polynesia sees an opportunity.
Instantly. She pretends to be a fairy, whispering from the tree.
What does she tell him?
She tells him the white wizard in the prison, Doctor Dolittle, can magically turn him white.
Seriously. Does Bumpo believe it?
Hook, line, and sinker. He's desperate, so he secretly goes to the doctor.
And what's the deal? Bumpo gets turned white in exchange for...
a ship. And freedom for the doctor and his animals.
Does the doctor actually agree to try and turn him white?
He does. It's their only way out. He mixes up something. We don't know what.
And does it work?
Apparently, yes. Bumpo's face turns white. Maybe it was just face powder. Who knows? The doctor himself wasn't sure it would last.
But it worked well enough for them to escape.
Exactly. They get the ship and get away. The doctor admits he wasn't keen on scrubbing the king's kitchen floor, which was the alternative.
Huh. Fair enough. But saying goodbye to Africa means saying goodbye to some friends, doesn't it?
It does. A bit sad. Chi-Chi, Polynesia, and the crocodile decide to stay. Africa is their home, after all.
So the doctor sets sail.
Yeah.
But then they realize something important.
Yeah. They have no guide, no Polynesia, no Chi-Chi. How do they get back to Puddleby?
Panic stations.
Could have been. But then something amazing happens. Swallows.
Swallows.
Thousands of them, migrating. They just appear and offer to guide the ship all the way home.
Wow. The doctor's network strikes again.
It's like the whole animal world is looking out for him.
Okay, so they're heading home, guided by swallows. But the journey's not over yet. They sail past the Barbary coast.
Pirate territory, uh-oh.
And Dab Dab spots a red sail. A pirate ship.
Mm-hmm. And Jip starts growling in his sleep, dreaming of roast beef.
Jip and his food focus. But maybe it was a premonition.
Could be. The pirate ship starts chasing them.
But the doctor has an idea involving his new guides.
The swallows. He asks them for help. They tie strings to the ship. Thousands of them.
And pull the ship.
Pull it super fast, like unbelievably fast. They just zoom away from the pirates. Amazing use of bird power.
Incredible. So they escape the pirates for now. Where do they stop next?
The Canary Islands. And there, they get another warning from rats.
Rats leaving the pirate ship.
Exactly. The rats tell the doctor the pirate ship is totally rotten and it's going to sink very soon. Jip was so busy thinking about food, they almost missed the warning.
Good thing they didn't. Does the pirate ship catch up again?
It does. Limping along, only 6 men left, including the captain, Ben Ali, the Barbary dragon.
What does he want?
He demands the duck and the pig. And ransom money. He's desperate.
What do they do? Tutu has advice, right?
Yeah, Tutu. The owl says just stall him. The ship's sinking anyway. Jip, of course, wants to fight them.
Always ready for action, Jip.
But then, more unexpected help arrives. Sharks.
Sharks. Offering to
eat the pirates. A very direct solution.
Yikes. Does the doctor take him up on it?
No, that's not his style. He decides to make a deal with Ben Ali instead. A very unique deal.
What's the deal?
He tells Ben Ali, if he and his men give up piracy forever and become birdseed farmers for the canaries on the island.
Birdseed farmers.
Yep. then they'll be spared. Ben Ali, with his ship literally sinking under him, doesn't have much choice. He agrees.
Wow. From pirate captain to canary farmer. That's quite the turnaround.
Drastic career change. But it saves them.
Okay, so the pirates are dealt with. The doctor and his team board the now empty pirate ship. What's it like?
Surprisingly luxurious, apparently. But they find a locked room.
And to hear something.
He does. His hearing is incredible. He hears someone inside, tiny sounds, a hand going into a pocket, even a tear falling.
That is amazing hearing. So they open the door.
They chop it down.
Yeah.
And inside, they find a little boy.
A prisoner.
Yes, he's the nephew of a fisherman. The pirates captured him.
Another rescue. So what about his uncle? Is he okay?
They don't know. Dab Dab suggests asking the porpoises. She calls them the ocean gossips.
The ocean gossips. Love it. What do they say?
They say the uncle wasn't drowned, which is good news, but they don't know where he is.
So the search is still on. Who does the doctor ask next?
Eagles, for their amazing eyesight. He asks them to search the coastlines.
Do they find him?
No. They search everywhere, but nothing. All they find are 3 red hairs from a fur coat near Gibraltar. Not much to go on.
Frustrating. So vision hasn't worked. What's next?
Jip steps up. He's a bit critical of the eagles and porpoises, actually. Says smell is the way to go.
Of course. Jip's nose.
He asks for something belonging to the uncle. They give him a handkerchief, and immediately Jip smells it.
What does it smell?
Black rappy snuff. A strong kind, popular with sailors back then.
Okay, so he has the scent. How does he track it?
He uses the wind. He can smell it from miles away, figure out the direction. He even works out the uncle must be starving because all he can smell is the snuff, nothing else. Like food.
That's incredible deduction just from smell.
It really is. He leads them west, following this snuff smell getting stronger and stronger.
And where does it lead them?
To this big empty rock out in the sea. Jip finds a hole in the middle, leads down a tunnel.
And there he is.
There he is, the red-haired fisherman, asleep,
Yeah.
with a massive snuff box next to him, full of black rappy.
Unbelievable. Jip found him. How did he end up there?
The doctor wakes him up. Turns out Ben Ali, the pirate, marooned him there. Left him on the rock because he refused to become a pirate.
Terrible. How did he survive?
Just on the snuff. For 4 days. Not exactly nutritious.
Good grief. Well, thank goodness they found him. What happens when they take him back?
Oh, a huge celebration in his fishing town. He's reunited with his nephew, his sister. The villagers treat the doctor like a massive hero. They call him the man who caught the Barbary dragon, Ben Ali.
So he gets recognized for that too. Does he get any rewards?
He does. The mayor gives the doctor a diamond watch. Very fancy.
And Jip. Does Jip get anything for his amazing detective work?
He certainly does. He gets a gold collar and engraved on it.
What does it say?
Jip, the cleverest dog in the world.
Perfect. He absolutely earned that. So we're nearing the end of this deep dive. Dr. Dolittle gets back to Puddleby eventually.
Yes. After traveling around the country for a bit. The push me pull you.
Ah, yes, showing it off.
In a gypsy wagon, apparently. And it worked. He earned enough money to pay off all his debts. He comes home a rich man.
Finally. The push me pull you turned out to be a great gift after all.
A very valuable friend.
How's the homecoming? Are the animals glad to see him?
Oh, ecstatic. His old horse, the swallows who stayed behind. Everyone. Jip, naturally, is showing off his new collar to anyone who'll look.
I bet. And what does the doctor do with his new wealth? Besides paying debts.
He's generous. He buys 2 new ships for that sailor whose boat got wrecked earlier in the story.
Oh, the one they borrowed. That's good of him.
And he buys a doll for the sailor's baby. Just
Huh.
thoughtful things.
That sounds like him. So the story wraps up there, but with a little hint of the future.
Exactly. A final message comes via a swallow, all the way from Polynesia in Africa.
What's the message?
That the doctor is remembered very fondly there, and all the animals believe, hope that he'll come back someday.
Oh, that leaves things nicely open, doesn't it? So looking back at this whole adventure, what are the big takeaways for you?
Well, for me, it's really about listening and compassion, not just for humans, but for all creatures. And the incredible things that can happen when you're open to different ways of communicating, different perspectives.
Yeah, the curiosity he has is amazing. And the story is just full of imagination, isn't it? And kindness.
Yeah,
A real respect for nature.
absolutely. And it leaves you, the listener, with something to think about, maybe.
Like what?
Like, In our world, which is often so human-focused, what can we still learn from Dr. Dolittle? From his ability to genuinely connect with other species? Are there languages, stories all around us that we're just not hearing because we're not really listening?
That's a great thought to end on. Are we missing entire worlds just because we don't have the right way to listen? Lots to ponder there.